Why are you so cute? Cute, cute.
Okay, there we go. Power. Right? Yeah, okay. Light. There we go. Great. Okay. Cozy, cozy. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening if you're watching this on the replay. Hi. Today we're back with baking for my future boyfriend. And I even made packaging because I'm actually trying to make this like a product now because that's how my brain works, and now I've gone into product design. So we're making what I'm calling Bay Fuel. And today we're making chocolate chia brownie bites. That's today's recipe for baking for my future boyfriend. So let's get all of our ingredients laid out. I also need to clear this sink. I should have done that before I went live, but that's okay. It gives people time to come in. So let's get our stuff ready. So for this one, I'm gonna use the cookie scoop, the medium one. We use the rack. We're gonna use the mixing bowl. We're not gonna use this mold. Okay, get some bowls. Leave those there for now. Leave that there for now. Bowl. Instructions wet? No! Okay, it's the ADHD of it all. I need to get the eggs out. Then I can finish clearing the sink. Because duh. Okay, so we need, and the Greek yogurt and the cottage cheese. Those all need to come out. So we need 1 egg and 60 grams of egg whites. So for a total of 110. So let's do our egg first and then weigh out the whites. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, hi, hi. Good morning. Buenos dias. Okay. 1 egg. 1 eggie, which came out to 51.8. Beautiful. So now, 51.8, let's just add egg whites to bring us to 110 for our recipe. Actually, I should put on an apron too, because this is gonna get messy. Okay. So now, 51.8, and we want to get it to 50 and 60 is 110. So we're gonna put some egg whites in. Wait. swear I know how to put this on. Okay. 51.8. Okay, and now, good. 110. 110. 110. Wait, 113. Oopsie. A little too much. Okay. I don't want you guys to see. Sorry, my hair went a little wild. Still some egg whites in there. Okay, we went a little too over. So let's take some of this out. 110. Perfect. Okay. So now we need Greek yogurt and we need cottage cheese. Okay. Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. So let's lay these eggs aside. Let me put this away. Let's put some of this away. Okay. Okay, so now we need Greek yogurt, 100 grams. And cottage cheese, 100 grams. No, cottage cheese is 60 grams. Okay, and this is gonna end up blended into our wet bowl. So let's see, in the wet bowl it's gonna be yogurt, cottage cheese, maple eggs, chia mix, whisk, smooth. So let's just go ahead and start making our wet mix. And then the dry is gonna go into, no, pour wet into dry. But that doesn't make sense. You would just put the dry into the wet. So let's go ahead and make our big bowl, our wet bowl. And instead of making too many things dirty today, let's work a little smarter in terms of our dishes, our dirty dishes. Okay, so we need 100. This is still good. Perfect. This is still good. We need 100 grams. 100 is, we have our Greek yogurt, and we're gonna do 100 grams, which goes quick. It's 45. 82. Try not to make a mess. 86. 93. It's dense. Greek yogurt is very dense. 98. 101. Okay, we're gonna take that. All right, now, likewise, we're gonna put this away. Okay, and then we have our low-fat cottage cheese that we're gonna take 60 grams, 60. Now this came out to 101. So let's just round it up to 160 total. So let's take this to 160. 133. Yeah, these are dense, so like the weight adds up quick. 144. 155. 157. 160. Beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna put this away. Egg white, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. Okay, maple syrup should also not be cold. So let's just pull this out. Now, we need to blend, but now that we at least have everything coming to room temperature, I'm gonna finish clearing out the dishwasher really quick because I can't concentrate with a full sink, and I didn't take the time before I went live to clear it because ADHD. And now that I'm live, I said, oh no, we need to clear out these dishes really quick. So we're gonna do that really quick. And let me see, I wanna put some music on because why not? Because it's almost the weekend. What are you all doing for Halloween? I'm almost done rhinestoning my costume. I'm gonna be, well, it's very gay Halloween. What do you mean your blah 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 meets blah blah blah? When I came up with my costume, I forgot that the Bay Area is very cold in October. And so I have a very skimpy costume. So what I think I'm gonna do is I have a baby shark onesie. And so I think to get to the venue, I'll wear the baby shark onesie over my Sabrina Carpenter costume. So I'll be baby shark Carpenter. Do 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 do. Baby shark Carpenter espresso. Do 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 do. Okay. Sabrina Carpenter. Do 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 do. Ooh, there we go. See, I just have to play with the. Ooh, let's not do that with a knife in our heads. I just have to play with the idea enough, and then it comes to me. Sabrina Carpenter, espresso, so, do. Okay, now we can put things into our dishwasher. Baby shark. Last year I was baby shark. It was also one of my first times going out sober from alcohol, and that was interesting, but it was fine. It actually showed me that I could go out and have fun without needing to drink, and that was great. And actually not even last year. Wait, was it last year? No, the year before. Wow. Yeah, because last year, yeah, because me and Sammy broke up last year, and that was before I met him. Wow, time flies. Okay, all right. Now I can concentrate. I just can't, it's just, if I have too much stuff, I can't concentrate, and then I make mistakes. And I don't like making mistakes when I bake because then you end up wasting stuff, and I don't like to waste. Okay, so we're ready now. So we have our Greek yogurt and our cottage cheese, and we're gonna take an immersion blender, and we're gonna blend this. Boom. Okay. Now, let's take we need 40 grams. It's almost coquito season. I'm gonna do a lot of coquito baking this year. 40 grams. Yo soy la mamá y se pone contenta. Esta abuela y yo cumplo los 30. $40. Dale, mami, pégate. Dale, mami, pégate. Okay, we're gonna take this maple syrup, pour it all in here. Okay. 5 grams of vanilla extract. Normally I would do vanilla paste, but I want the liquid because I need more liquid in here to properly blend that cottage cheese out. So we need 5 grams. Oops, 6.8. Rompe la calle. Maple chia bloom. Mixed chia, espresso, and vanilla. So this needs to sit in a different bowl. And we need chia seeds. We need 15 grams of chia seeds. Actually, not do that one. Let's do 15 grams of chia seeds. 15 grams. Oops. 10. 13. 15 on the dot. Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna take that, put that in with the vanilla, and then we have freshly brewed Puerto Rican espresso. Oh, thank you, bye. Espresso or strong coffee, 60 grams. Sorry, I haven't seen the chat. I've been hyper fixated, but feel free to say hi in the chat. Hi, hi. 37, 52, 54, 57, 59, 61. We'll take that. And you know what? Cheers. Woo. Woo. Can't wait to go back to Puerto Rico. Go back home. Okay, so we have chia seeds with our vanilla, and now we're gonna take our espresso and we're going to bloom our chia seeds, which is basically like activate them. So we're gonna let that sit. Now, back to our wet bowl that has the yogurt, cottage cheese, maple. Now let's put our 1 egg and the egg white that took us to 110 grams. And now I'm gonna take a second to, first of all, I need some more paper towel. No, you know what? I've been trying to get more cloth towels so I don't run through paper towels as much, and I just got this order in, so let's open up these little towels because I like to clean as I go. Again, if it gets too messy, I get distracted and then I make mistakes, and I don't like making mistakes in the kitchen, especially baking. Okay, so okay, don't like making a mess. Okay, so now we're gonna, a tiny plastic spatula is great for these types of things. So we scrape down our bowl. Okay, great. And now, with our immersion blender, we're gonna blend this again. And we want to get all those chunks out of the cottage cheese out. And now that there's more liquid in here, it has more of a chance to blend. So now we're gonna take our vanilla extract, our chia seeds, and our brewed espresso. We're gonna make sure we scrape everything out. We're gonna pour it in here, all of that. Get all that yummy chia out of there. I love baking with chia seeds. It's a great way to sneak in some protein and some micronutrients. They also help with bind and sometimes texture. It can be a fun texture also. I highly recommend baking with chia seeds. So now let's just get this all mixed in here. Great. And I see still some little chunks of cottage cheese. So I'm gonna take my immersion blender and we're gonna blend it a little bit more. All right, this smells so good. So now we're gonna set this aside. We're gonna put our little blender away. We're gonna say, thank you, blender.
Ouch!
Ouch. Ow. Oh, ouchie. Ow. Sorry, I hit myself. Okay, so we're gonna set, ow. 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 Okay, I didn't break skin. Oh my God, ow, that really hurt. Okay. Sorry, I just hit my ankle on the open door of the cabinet. Okay. Whew, that really hurt. Whew, okay, let me take a second because that really hurt. Whew, whew, whew. Okay. Oat flour, almond flour, cocoa powder, oat flour, almond flour, cocoa powder. Okay, so we have King Arthur flour, oat flour. Okay, and we need 60 grams. 61.7. Ooh, that was so close. 60.1. I'll take it. Okay. King Arthur. Cinnamon. Estoy suelto, mami, estoy suelto. Okay. Estoy suelto, mami, estoy suelto. Okay. We need now 50 grams of almond flour. $23, $32, $39, $45, $46, $48.8, $50.6, $50.1. Boom. This is Bob's Red Mill almond flour. And then we need 25 grams of cocoa powder. $13, 25, we need 22.5, 24.7, 24.2, 25.2. Sold. Sold. We're using Guitart cocoa powder, aka Coco Rouge. Okay. Okay, so now we have our oat flour, almond flour, cocoa powder, chia seeds, coffee, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, maple syrup, egg whites, vanilla extract. Now we need 3 grams of baking powder, 1 gram of salt, and we need the mini chocolate chips and the regular chocolate chips. So we need these. We need salt and baking powder. Baking powder, okay. So then we need 3 grams of baking powder, 3.2, 2.9. 2.7, 2.8, 3.1. Okay, done. And then we need 1 gram of salt. That's 2. So half of that. Come on. 2.6. Come on, give me 1. Give me 1. 1 gram. Why won't you weigh out 1 gram? Am I asking you to do too much? When it's this little, it's like impossible. Okay, I'm calling that because what the heck? Can't spend all morning trying to weigh out 1 gram of salt. Okay, so now we need 40 grams. We're using Nestle Toll House semi-sweet minis, and we're gonna take 40 grams. Set that aside. Oh, our oven needs to come on. Duh. Okay, great. We're gonna set this aside. We need to prep our pan. Okay. Follow back. Okay, so we have our tray of mini muffins or mini cupcakes. We're gonna take our mini size cupcake liners and put it in each spot. Okay, we need some more. I can't wait to go back home to Puerto Rico. I'll be dancing every day on the beach.
Every single day.
Okay, so another thing I like to do with these, the batter has mini chocolate chips in it, but I like to take a regular size Ghirardelli milk chocolate chip, and I like to put it at the bottom of each one and then another one at the top, because then it has like almost like this gooey, like chocolatey center. So we're gonna do that really quick. Si tú no me sacas de la girlfriend. Si tú no me sacas de la girlfriend. I think this song is about Kendall. I think this is the Kendall song. Okay, great. Okay, great. So now Let's put this aside. Okay, beautiful. Put these there. Okay, so now we have all of our dry ingredients. So this is our oat flour, our almond flour, our cocoa powder, our baking powder, and our salt. So we're gonna mix it with a little balloon whisk. Trying to break up those little pockets as much as I can so that it's all evenly incorporated. There's like little pockets of cocoa powder. I'm just trying to break those up. Okay, we're looking good. So now it kind of looks like almost like black sand, like when you go to a black sand beach. Okay, so now we're going to take our wet mixture with our little spatula and we're going to pour it into our dry mixture. Although wait, no. Oh yeah, it did say to pour the wet into dry. You know what? We're going to do that. So let's scrape down these sides. I'm scraping all that chia off the sides of the bowl because we want all of it in our mix. Okay, beautiful. See, just like that. All of our wet mix is now out. Okay, great. So now, sorry, like I said, I always have to clean up as I go because if not, I get overwhelmed, and when I get overwhelmed, I make mistakes. Okay, so now we have our wet mixture in with our dry mix. No! Oh, fuck. No! Oh, fuck. Okay, I gotta go by. Okay, I was able to save it, but okay, sorry. I thankfully it only got on the, and I'm getting ready to upgrade my phone anyways. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, hi, I'm back. Whew. I guess I'm upgrading my phone sooner than I thought because it's working. It's working, but we'll see how the thing sounds. Okay. Wow, that was fun. That was exciting. That kind of ruined the recipe a little bit, but that's fine. We're just gonna go with it. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. My gosh, my gosh, my gosh. Okay, so let me fix this so that doesn't happen again. Okay, there we go. All right, great, we're back. Ooh, that was panicky. Okay, we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. We are gonna go with it. Thankfully, it didn't displace too much of our batter, so we're just gonna go with it. Wow, okay. That was fun. That was so much fun. Okay. What an exciting way to start the day. Okay, so now we're gonna take our wet batter and our dry, and we're gonna mix it. We're gonna mix this. And no, they're not chocolate chip cupcakes. They're Brownie Bites. So, wrong. They're Brownie Bites. And they're chia protein Brownie Bites because they are for my future boyfriend. And I have a crush on somebody who is very fit and very athletic. And so I like to bake with him in mind. And so I like to make cute little treats that are still macro friendly because we work hard in the gym. Okay, so we're gonna mix in our mini chocolate chips. And if he ever watches this, well, he knows I like to bake for him. Hi, I hope you're having a good day. Okay. Wow, that was eventful. That was fun. Okay, but you know what, again, it really only displaced a little bit of our batter, and I don't think it's gonna really affect it too much. So we're just gonna go with it. So now we're gonna take our little tray for our brownie bites, because this is brownie batter that we're making into little bites. And so each one has a little chocolate drop in the center. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna take our medium-sized Gorilla Grip cookie scoop. Ow. I'm just hurting myself left and right today. Okay, so all right, scrape down all the sides of our bowl. God, I can't believe the phone fell it right into the batter. Like, that's like out of a holiday movie, I swear. If YouTube doesn't cut that as the live, because YouTube automatically cuts clips out of the live. If it doesn't cut that out, I don't know what. Okay, so we have our brownie batter, and we're gonna put it into our little tins. So we take a scoop and put it in there. And it's a pretty fluffy batter. Take it, scoop it, scoop it. It's wild to me what people comment on the internet not knowing.
That doesn't look good.
Okay, good for you. Glad you feel that way. Thanks for your support. I'm gonna come to your job and tell you that what you're doing is not right. See how you feel. And this isn't even my job. This is a hobby. I have a job. Anyways, just don't understand people. If you don't have something positive to say, like, why bother? You just had to say something. Okay, so we're gonna keep scooping into our little, and I like using the cupcake liners because it helps make them little single serve bites that you can, like, you know, hand to somebody. It's nice to have the little paper on it. But then I have to remember that even Bad Bunny gets hated on. And Bad Bunny's a superstar. And if the universe can find a way to make people that hate on a beautiful human being like Bad Bunny, then you know what? That means I'm doing something right. If somebody feels the need to tell me that I'm doing something wrong, at least you're talking. Okay, great. LOL at all the people that are like upset at Bad Bunny being booked to perform the Super Bowl. I paid a lot of money to see Bad Bunny at his concert, and anybody that gets to watch him from home for free, you're welcome. I have the largest home in town. I have the best roses. Okay, beautiful, nice, good for you. Okay, so I now have our little brownie bites in our tins, and I still have some leftover batter, and last time we did this, we experimented with brownie crisp. Today we're going to experiment with something else. I have some new molds that I got from Home Goods, and so I'm going to see how the brownie batter does in the silicone molds. So thank you, Ada. You know what, honestly, I don't. Honestly, it gives me something to talk about. Let's give them something to meow about. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, so let me find the molds. Where did I put them? Okay, so I have this cute fall themed mold that I think we're gonna experiment with our brownie batter. So it's like a fun little fall mold, right? Thank you, Ida. Okay, so I think to make the best use of our brownie batter, I think I'm gonna start with the little mushrooms and see how much of that mold is filled up. Okay, I'm trying to think which ones will pop out easy. I feel like the acorn could pop out easy too. So let's try those two. Let's try one acorn and one mushroom. Here, let me not tip this over again. Wait, see, it wants to tip again. Don't fall over. Oh my God, that was funny. Having the camera fall into the batter. Thankfully, I'm laughing because I didn't ruin my phone. If I would have ruined my phone, I think I'd be a lot more upset right now. It is paid off. I was debating upgrading recently, and that I feel like was a sign that I need to at least start thinking about ordering a new phone, because have this one as backup just in case. Okay. Okay, so we have our little acorn mold. So we're gonna push our batter out into the edges with our teeny tiny little spatula. Okay, great. And then our little mushroom mold. Okay. Push it into the sides. Great. All right. Beautimous. Ta-da! Okay, so we're gonna put this on a little tray. Let's put this on a tray. Okay. So today's hi. Wait, let me turn off the music. Hey. Thank you. Okay. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so today's experiment is gonna be our fun little fall themed silicone mold. So we'll see how this bakes out and how it pops out. I made cheesecake bites with a jack-o'-lantern mold. And this was interesting because, sorry, I have to keep them in the freezer. The only way I could pop them out was by freezing them, and then it changes the texture, obviously, of your cheesecake. I mean, it does help keep it longer, because now I have little cheesecake bites in the freezer, and you just pull it out and let it thaw for a little bit, and it's actually pretty good. So these were, check them out, they're on the channel, I made them. These are pumpkin spice latte, so not pumpkin, but pumpkin spice latte, like PSL season. These are pumpkin spice latte high protein cheesecake bites. So if it's something that speaks to you, feel free to check out that video. I'm also preparing to make recipe cards, like proper recipe cards for all these recipes, and I'm going to start sharing them over on my Patreon, so feel free to sign up to the Patreon. I'll probably share them on the free level just for the sake of sharing with the Patreon, but patreon.com/MeMeCherry Productions. You also get stickers and t-shirts in the mail if you sign up for different levels of the Patreon, but I'm also going to start sharing recipes over there. And I'm working really hard to book more podcast guests. I also have a podcast. So be on the lookout for that. For now, let me check our oven temperature. It's not quite at temperature, so let's bring this up a little bit. And then let's tap these. And then I think what I'm gonna do is, it's not close enough to temperature, so let's just hang out for a little bit longer. Oh wait, I forgot. See? ADHD. I almost forgot, but this is good because it gives me time. While we finish getting the oven to temperature, I also like to take an extra little regular size milk chocolate chip and put it right on top, right in the middle. Just like so. And then it bakes in, like it sinks in when it's baking. And then between the one that's on the bottom and this one on top, it gives it like a fun little kind of like gooey, semi-gooey chocolate center. So I'm gonna put these like that. And then the ones in our mold don't have chocolate. But they're a little bit bigger. Those are gonna be like proper brownies. They're not Brownie Bites. These are Brownie Bites. So these are like Little Batch Company. Hello, Little Batch Company. I'm in the research phase of a micro bakery. I've been debating if I just want to focus on content or if I want to actually sell my baked goods. I do have an LLC for the production company. This year, that was one of the goals of this year, was to make MeMeCherry Productions an LLC. So the content, like pivoting into baking content beyond the podcast and beyond the like reels and stuff like that, feels like a natural development. But then like I want to, people want to eat these. And so do I do like limited drops? Do I just do like once a month, like a little pop-up that people can order things? And then maybe the idea is that like the content creation is like the menu curation. And so I get to test recipes out with you guys on live, and then whatever works, we can then rotate it into like the menu for the proper menu for the pop-up bakery. So those are all the things that I've been thinking about. If I do get the permits to like actually sell my baked goods, that's one of my goals for the first half of next year. But for now, for November, I'm going to focus on getting ready for my photo shoot. I have a photo shoot scheduled for the end of November. I love scheduling photo shoots. They're so much fun. Another fun reason to sign up to my Patreon. You get behind the scenes from my photo shoots. So this month, it's going to be, the theme of all the baked goods is going to be high protein baked goods, because I want them to be macro friendly, because I'm working hard in the gym and we don't want to lose all of our hard work with our sweet little baked goods. So November is going to be macro friendly baking. Then that's going to prepare us for December, where I'm going to do Bakemas. And my goal for December is to go live every single day. And we either are baking or testing a recipe or prepping. It could just be a prep day where like I'm weighing out ingredients and just prepping them to then bake the next day, depending on how intricate the recipe is. But the idea is that Bakemas will have a theme every week. And so like one week will be like International Week. One week will be like story bakes. This summer I baked a cake based on the wedding cake from like Water for Chocolate, the book and the movie. And so I want to do more like that, where like we take, a book or a movie and we find like a reference to like a baked recipe and then we make that recipe. So that would be like story bakes. Then when we get closer to the holiday, we can have like a holiday week, and then maybe we can do like different international versions of holidays, like winter holidays. And then the last week can be kind of like New Year's themed bakes. Maybe that's when we get back into the macro friendly stuff for January. And then in January, first 2 weeks of January, I'll be in Puerto Rico. I'm going back home. I like to go home. I started this year, and it's something that I want to keep doing as long as I can. until I move back home. But I want to be home for my birthday. So in January, I'll be in Puerto Rico. I'm wishing you all the best. You seem to have a great idea, and I'm sure it'll be, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I get scared. Like, it's very overwhelming because I have a full-time job. Like, I do this all on top of my full-time job. And I got a little overwhelmed earlier this year, and I took on a lot. And so I'm trying to get better at like planning the long term, like planning 3 months at a time so that I can properly execute and not get overwhelmed and not burn out, and not lose my job because we don't want to do that. Okay, let's check our oven. Oh, great. So we've come to temperature. Let's pop these babies in. We're gonna pop these in. And then we also have our 2 Chunko fall themed brownies. I'm gonna also put in there, and then we're gonna check our timing. Let's check our timing. We need bake 12 to 14 minutes. Let's do 14 minutes. So yeah, if that sounds fun, if like following along. Hi Neil, good morning. So yeah, following along my adventures of like building out a micro bakery or baking for my future boyfriend or baking for my bestie, if any of that sounds fun to you, please hit subscribe. It's one of the few free things we have in this economy. So fun things that you can look out for on this channel. Let's see. What do we have going on? I got booked for the talent show, so I'm gonna be, I want to make one more practice version of the Wicked cake. So I have this idea of a Wicked themed, I call this the Wicked Cloud Cake. It's basically a sponge cake with raspberry and pistachio layers with raspberry and pistachio sponge cake. And then we also have raspberry glaze. We have white chocolate raspberry ganache. Then we have pistachio paste, homemade. And then we have white chocolate pistachio ganache. And those are gonna be the layers. And so ultimately, this is the cake that I'm gonna make for the talent show at the end of the month. So I've been recipe developing this idea. We've been making rounds. I finally got the heart pan in the mail, so we're gonna try, I think maybe this weekend that's what we're gonna do, is work on the cakes, just the cakes, like not really worry about anything else, and the heart shape pan. So if you wanna hang out with me this weekend, I'll probably be baking these. Then next week is one of my good friends, my good Judy, Charles Hawthorne, DJ Charles Hawthorne. It's their birthday next week, and they're hosting an amazing 5-finger disco party. And so I reached out and said, what do you want me to bake you for your birthday? And they requested strawberry. So we're gonna make the vanilla sponge cake with whipped cream and strawberry, fresh strawberry layers. So that'll be next week. So probably so a week from today will be when we're making the cloud cake, because I need it to sit overnight so that then I can decorate it, and then it can sit overnight to set. So next Thursday or Friday, be on the lookout for the vanilla sponge cake with strawberry layers. So that'll be another episode of Baking for My Bestie. And yeah, so things to look out for this month: baking for my future boyfriend, baking for my bestie, baking for the talent show, the Wicked Cloud Cake, and it's also soup season, so I'm gonna be making big batches of soup. Last night I made Italian wedding soup, so next time I make that, I'll probably go live and hang out. And I'm also booking an amazing guest, Warren Logan, who ran for office in Oakland. He was on my podcast not last year, but the year before. And I think given everything that's going on right now, he's a great person to talk about, just to process feelings about what's happening in this country and the things that we can do, those of us that want to speak up and use our voices. I'm really looking forward to having like a very compassionate and empathetic conversation with Warren Logan just about, you know, the state of politics, especially here in the Bay Area. We're the home of the Black Panthers. We're the home of many revolutions. We're the home of queer revolution. We're the home of the Compton cafeteria riots, which was before Stonewall. And so being in the birthplace of so much revolution, and me having a namesake, my government name is one of a revolutionary, I feel very called to action and very galvanized to at least at minimum have conversations that educate people. So I'm booking Warren Logan to come back on the podcast. We'll be chatting. Where's the talent show and what are you gonna win? So the talent show is in San Francisco. It's a fun party that some friends of mine put on. There's a lot of drag in San Francisco. I do drag once in a while, and so this party was like, we want to see other things besides drag, and so I will be lip syncing. But the idea is that I'm gonna decorate. So my idea is that on stage, I'll be decorating the heart cake. I'm gonna be dressed in pink as Glinda. I'm gonna have a framed picture of Fierro, but I'm gonna lip sync a Sabrina Carpenter song because big brain ideas. It would be too on the nose to lip sync to a Wicked song. And so to me, my vision is this is like Glinda hanging out in her kitchen singing to Sabrina Carpenter because that song speaks to her. And so I'm gonna lip sync to Sabrina Carpenter's Never Getting Laid as I decorate the cake. So that's gonna be my submission for the talent show. What do I win? If I make it past the first round, then I go into the semifinals, and then there's a finals round. I don't know if I'll make it that far. Just being booked is great. I had a goal of getting booked for 2 shows this year, and so this is my second show that I got booked. That's like not my show, so I'm just grateful that it helps me meet that goal. Yeah, so yeah, it's really exciting. I'm excited. I'll definitely set up a camera and film it, and I'll share it with you all. But join along because for the next few weeks, we will be on the road preparing for the talent show. And then ultimately, another thing that I want to do is I'm really trying to manifest that somehow I make it to the Super Bowl this year because Bad Bunny's going to perform. And so I want to have people come on the podcast and teach me about football so that I actually know what I'm doing when I'm there at the Super Bowl because I'm really trying to manifest that I'm going to be there. So these are all the fun things to look for on my channel. So feel free to hit subscribe. I'm going to clean up and I'm gonna go log on to work and see what is waiting for me today. I'm probably gonna come back live later. I have to finish rhinestoning my Sabrina Carpenter costume. So if you want a little ASMR rhinestoning moment, feel free to hit subscribe. I'll be back doing that later. I hope to see you soon. And if I don't see you again, I hope you have a great life. I love you. Bye.